we have been the world's most international university for a few years already. Most of our courses are taught in English, except for some, let's say, language courses. And we have a huge amount of non-local professors and lecturers, and we have over 90 nationalities of students. So if you walk into the campus today or tomorrow or anytime, you'll actually see a lot of international students in the campus. So that also gives you an opportunity to meet students all over the world. And okay, some more figures. We are the 10th most employable university graduate in the world, and the average salary of a Hong Kong graduate is actually quite high, and it's one of the highest in Hong Kong, one of the highest in Asia actually. So do not worry about your future career after you graduate from Hong Kong. These are the employability rates that we have over the 10 years. And then, what are these? These are big names. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of them, like Disney or KPMG. So, on average, every Hong Kong youth graduate would hold 2 to 3 internships or job offer before they graduate. So they actually have a choice to choose what offers they want to take after they graduate from Hong Kong U. And not only within Hong Kong, but also in Asia and in the world, they globally sought after. Okay, let's go into some Hong Kong U programs. Right now we have 10 faculties, and this year we have 2 new schools, and we are offering 55 undergraduate degrees and over 100 majors and minors. These might seem a bit complicated. Right now I'll go on to explain a bit more. So for degrees, or like for faculty, we have 10 faculty here. And then for the 2 new schools, it's the Hong Kong's new initiatives on AI applications. We're having a School of Computing and Data Science and a School of Innovation. So, and these schools will have courses and programs from engineering and computer science. So if you're interested in it, don't hesitate to explore. All right, and I'll go on to talk about some common admissions, some common programs that we offer. So basically, for common admissions, we have 5 faculty. That's Faculty of Arts, Engineering, Social Sciences, Science, and Business School. So these faculties are, how should I put it? So these faculties are for students who are not so determined of what specific programs they need to choose at this moment, then they can go look for this common admission. So for example, if you know that you will be interested in engineering, but you don't know what exactly in engineering that you're interested in, you can get enrolled into Faculty of Engineering, and first year it's the common year, and then the second year you'll declare a major, so on and so forth. So it's this similar rationale for these 5 faculties. And for example, for the professional degrees that I talk about here, for example, architecture, and these are specific professional degrees that for students who already know what they're interested in, that they can apply for these. And then, if you're thinking about having some experience overseas, we also provide dual degree programs. That is to have admitted into 2 different universities, Hong Kong U plus one of these 6 universities, which are all the globally reputable institutions in the world. And having enrolled in this program, you will have 2 degrees. 2 certification and 2 life experiences from different cultures. You will also have a vast network in Hong Kong and in some other parts of the world. So for example, if you're looking to apply to overseas universities like Berkeley or Seattle or PKU, UCL, you can also consider this dual degree program that we offer in Hong Kong U. Okay, so these are some of the rankings for our university partners. They are all globally reputable, having a very strong academic rigor. All right, so don't worry too much if you're not in the dual degree program. If you're in the single degree program, which is for most of the students, You can also have good experience of studying overseas because Hong Kong you actively encourage students to apply for exchange programs or overseas summer programs, winter programs, and we have over 400 exchange partners in over 49 countries or regions. So yeah, and we have a 10,000 Hong Kong dollar sponsorship for basically every Hong Kong student. So if you're interested in studying overseas and explore your life, make sure to check into the exchange programs. And these are some of the university partners that we have for now. So you can see big names here. All right, so apart from academic life, life at Hong Kong is also very vibrant and rigorous. So when you try to discuss with your friends, we have Chiwa Learning Commons where you can talk, discuss, and have presentations and a nice surrounding. And then you can also choose to stay in student halls, experience the unique hall life, to have high-table dinners, to have a good time with your hallmates. And at the same time, we also have a few sports centers, good facilities for you to do exercise. All right, now cost of study. For this year, for 2025 admission cycle, if you're a Hong Kong citizen, your tuition fee will be 44,500 Hong Kong dollars. And if you're holding a passport outside Hong Kong, you'll be paying a tuition fee of 218,000 for STEM programs and 198,000 Hong Kong dollars for non-STEM programs. But I think most of you here are Hong Kong citizens, right? So you'll be paying the 45,000 tuition fee. And comparatively, Hong Kong has a much lower tuition fee and much lower living expenses when compared to US or Europe. And we have, at the same time, we have a good standard of teaching, good standard of learning. So yes, do consider Hong Kong. And don't worry if you need to be supported in finance, financially, we offer a lot of scholarship opportunities. So first of all, for entrance scholarship, you will be automatically considered based on your IB results, your performance. So you do not have to apply for it. And then for non-academic scholarships, there are also tons of it. After you enter Hong Kong, there are also tons of opportunities, scholarship opportunities that you can apply for. So for IB entrance scholarship, you will have a full tuition when you achieve 44 or above. No application is needed. Okay. All right. Now let's get into some of the admission standards. So yes, we do have a lower expected lower boundaries, and that's all on our website. And you also need to have ELR fulfilled, English language requirements fulfilled, a second language requirement fulfilled, that's a language other than English. And for some of the programs, they might have specific subject requirements, so you might want to look into it. I can also teach you how to look for some specific program requirements later on in the Q&A section. All right, so for IB, you can take a look at the expected lower boundary of admissions and all the requirements here for your reference. All right, so some important timelines too. For 2025 admissions, your application will be started in less than 10 days. So the application starts on September 2017 this year. And if you want to be considered for early round evaluation, you need to submit your application between on or before November 2017. Noon, by noon, Hong Kong time. And then we're going to evaluate your application profiles, and then we'll be giving out some interview invitations or conditional offer near December or beginning of 2025. And then we are on a rolling enrollment basis. So the enrollment will go on all the way to August. So if you want to apply to Hong Kong U at a later time, that's also possible. So if you need to take a photo or take a picture of it, here's fine. All right, and just to know that you can apply for up to 3 program choices, and of course the first choice is always most preferred, and you will be considered with priority based on your choice order. Some more additional points to know, we don't just look at your academic performance. Of course that is important, but we also need to look at your other achievements as well, because we are evaluating your background, your profile holistically. So we also need to look at your extracurricular, your other achievements, or projects, or other initiatives would be good. And very quick, that's the end of our presentation. If you have any specific questions or asks, please go ahead.
Excuse me,
Yes.
I just came late. What about the timeline? Have you talked about application timeline?
The application timeline. This year was starting on September 27th, so that's in 10 days time. And then November 27th, that would be the deadline for the first round application.
But there's no main round, right? It's just first round, and then you say it's a kind of a rolling basis,
You want to be
right?
considered early. So the rationale is always as soon as possible. If you submit your application sooner, we'll get to look at your application sooner. But the enrollment it has been rolling.
Would there be any difference if they apply before the first round deadline or after?
Yes, there will be a difference, because if you have submitted your application in the first round, we will look at your application first, and then there's a possibility that we will give out conditional offer first. But if you apply in the main round, we might have already given out some offers.
All right. Then our it's not a problem, but for our school, because they will have their first predicted grade by now, which is based on their grade 11 result. But for the for based on the 12 grade 12, they will have that in the beginning of December for the second predicted grade. So if they want to wait for the second one, then probably will miss the first deadline. But could they still apply using the first one and then give the second one later? Would that still count for that they are before the first deadline?
Yes, that is fine.
So as long as they make the application before the November 27th?
Right, so you can apply with whatever you have right now. And then you can keep updating your information on the application portal, and we will take the latest result that you have.
But my question is if they can apply, get all the information by November 27, you start to arrange for interview, right?
Yeah, we'll start to look into it in around December.
But what say if they can maybe the first time they set the predicted grade is not as ideal for the department, and then they have a better one that submit like in the mid-December. So when will they in this schedule like that? When will they possibly get an interview?
So first of all, interview is not compulsory.
Yeah.
Some programs are auto offer. So we'll look at your profiles and we'll give out conditional offer without interview. And then for those that need interview, they might go through, for example, MBBS, they might go through a longer process of evaluation time. So then just be sure that we will keep tracking what's your latest uploaded results. And if you have a better result than before, when you upload to the system, you can also email to the admissions office to notify the team that you have uploaded a new one, and please check to refer to the latest one.
Okay.
But without email, they will refer to the latest one already.
Would that be a disadvantage if really they don't submit the application before November 27?
It's hard to say. I say it's case by case.
Okay, because sometimes they're confused. They they try to catch the deadline. But for our school, we don't really have all the material for them, so like the second predicted grade, which might be better than the first one. So sometimes they worry about that, whether if the delay for half a month for the second predicted grade would that put them at disadvantage.
The rationale is that try to apply early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Any question, anyone?
Any questions about programs?
Or any program, any feature of the program?
By the way, we're also having an information day. That's like an open house on October 26th, full day. And for some info talks, you will need to register online, but for general booths, general information booths, you can just enter the campus without registration. October 26th.
Would that also go virtual info day?
Virtual, I believe there is, but so far the October 26th one is on site.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
we might be doing some live streaming, but I'm not sure yet. You can.
so this year for October 26th is on-site open day only.
Yeah, it's on site. There might be live streaming. We're still figuring it out. So if there is, we'll put it online.
Where can they get like last year the mark required for IT student? I think somewhere in the web page has a place they can see the requirement, right?
The
Like
requirement.
last year's.
Yeah. We have program requirements, especially lower boundary requirements, English requirements, second language requirements, and specific program requirements. And if this is connected to network, I can show you.
그거 랩탑 사용 거.
上到网。 哎，你在哪？
Okay, so you want to check the program requirements here. You're doing international qualifications. Alright. Just an example, I'll be using BA as an example. Okay, then you will see the expected lower boundary for admissions for last year. And then the subject requirements will be here. For some programs, they might not require specific subject requirements. But for some, yes. So please look into it. And then there are English language requirements. And second language requirements. And then interviews NA, so that means there is no interview. That's how you check a program requirement.
Is it a must for reference letters? And if I want to apply for 3 subjects, do I need 3 reference letters?
You need one reference letter.
Just only one. Even for 3 subjects?
You can have more than one referee. More than one person recommending for you. But each referee will just submit one reference letter. That's from them, not from you. It's a general one. We're talking about your own one that's called personal statement.
Oh yeah.
Personal statement, and that's only one. So you will need to prioritize what you want to put in more or less.
And I know for Hong Kong, your application, you have the school counselor,
Yes.
which upload the school documents,
Yes.
right? And which is the different from as a referee. Is it?
Sorry, it's different from.
For me to provide the reference letter.
Oh,
Because I remember sometime every year that some student mix up. So they enter some teacher just write the reference, but as the school counselor.
the school counselor will have the right. They will have a counselor portal, and they will upload the predicted grades.
Yes.
Official ones. In addition to students' own uploading, you can upload to your counselor portal so we can verify. And then for references, as a school counselor, you can also be a referee for a student, or other teachers can also be referee of a student. So that's it.
Yeah, so I just here want to remind you because for the local only Hong Kong youth, you really need to make sure enter the correct person as your school counselor, which usually me or Mr. Paul, okay, we can help that. But for the teacher, they help you to write the reference, so they are under different category.
Any other questions?
So does Hong Kong does Hong Kong require CV to upload CV or
Yes.
a resume? Is there be any specific structure or
Sorry, can we go back
Format.
to the slides?
yeah?
It doesn't say here. It doesn't say here, but you will see on your application portal. So basically, what you need to upload is all there. And then if you're writing for your resume, there isn't a format.
Okay.
Yes.
So there's a
For personal statement, there isn't a format.
Okay, thank you. So is it only a one centralized location that you can put in everything and then just select 3 options? Is that what you mean?
Okay, I cannot really show you the application portal right
Yeah.
now, unfortunately, but it's very easy to understand. It
Right.
says what document you need to upload, and then you just upload. And then just to know that whatever you upload in the application portal, you cannot delete it. But it's fine. If you have if you have latest results, you can upload to the system, and we will only look at the latest results.
Okay.
Any question related to maybe a particular program or school that you're interested? Anyone?
Yes.
Hi, I'm very excited to be here today, and thank you for taking the time to provide this session. So actually, I'm an economics student, and I have a first to explore some particular economic topics. So I've been explored the website of your school, and I found that there is one undergraduate research fellowship program which have a very high standard for admission. So actually, I'm afraid that I will not be the 19th percentile in the school, and I'm afraid I can't be one of them. So are there any other research programs provided for undergraduates?
Okay, talking about research, yes, Hong Kong U is one of the universities that provide research for undergraduate students, and that's quite rare. The research fellowships program you're talking about is in pure science?
Is finance.
Or in finance. So that predominantly might be invited to the program if your results are excellent, and they might invite you into the program. And even if you're not in the program, there are still a lot of research opportunities. So what you need to do is to watch out for your school emails. There might be hundreds of emails coming every day, and you need to filter them. And then professors will have ongoing projects for 5 years, 2 years, 10 years, and if they have vacancies, they will put out on their website and you go apply for it. Sometimes they will also send you emails telling you that you can apply for this research opportunity.
Yeah, thank you very much for your insight. And are there any specific contacts or offices that I should reach out for more detailed information?
That depends on your interests. Right, so that totally depends on what you're interested in. So for example, if you want to look into, for example, microeconomics or macroeconomics, you can go search who are the professors in Hong Kong that are doing research in these fields. And then they will have their own webpage, their own lab, their own research, and then you can go find the contacts.
Thank you.
So spend some time and do some research. That's also the daily life of a normal student.
Have you mentioned something like the dual degree program?
Yes.
Because like last year, I think we also have students, they actually joined a dual degree program in Hong Kong.
Yes, so this is a dual degree program Hong Kong is offering. We're partnering with 6 globally reputable universities at this moment. Just for example, if you're interested in arts, social sciences, you might consider the Hong Kong U Berkeley dual degree program, the Hong Kong U Sciences Po dual degree program. So then you'll spend, for example, 2 years in Hong Kong U and 2 years in Berkeley, 2 years in Sciences Po, and then 2 years in Hong Kong U. And then 4 years later, you have 2 degrees for these 2 universities. Not just degrees, also experiences.
Is it they can choose the last year where they spend a year?
No.
So there's already a venture. All right, anyone? Any more questions?
Sorry, just coming a bit late. So you just mentioned the timeline. So is it just going on a rolling basis? So when they get the IB predicted grade, they can start applying right away?
We asked a similar question.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
What about scholarship? Sometimes they're being attracted by the scholarship.
Yes. I also mentioned that just now. So for entrance, we have different types of scholarships. So for entrance scholarships, you will not need to apply for it. You're considered automatically based on your academic results for merit-based scholarship, and for other achievements for non-academic.
But for IB, like about
IB,
4 marks.
For IB, it's above 44 or above for entrance scholarship. And we actually awarding many students every year, so there is a large chance.
Okay. So can you give us some tips on applying through non-JUPAS path? Because there's very limited information out there, and students just have no idea how to increase the chance of getting admitted. Yeah.
All right, sure. There isn't a structured format or like a structured advice as to how to apply for Hong Kong U, but definitely you will need an excellent academic performance, academic results, and then we'll also look at your other achievements, where you have your extracurriculum activities, your other research or initiatives, projects. We'll look into that as well. Then that make up your profile. And then in your personal statement, of course, tell us who you are. Why are you passionate for this program? Why do you think you qualify? Why do you think you're suitable for this program? That's quite good. For those programs that have interviews, it might come in groups, mini group discussion. So honestly, there isn't a lot to prepare for the interview because the content we don't know, it's unknown. But just to read more broadly across what you know.
If they can choose 3 different programs to apply for, is it possible for them to get more than 1 conditional offer? Can they accept all?
Possible.
Or only choose 1?
Okay, so for example, if you're really good and then you have 3 offers given to you, that is totally possible. And then at this moment, you will have to choose which one to accept or to decline. You will have to finally accept one offer and decline the others on the system.
Is there any changes of the percentage of non-JUPAS students? Because as government says, they are trying to expanding the percentage of non-JUPAS versus JUPAS. Is that really the case this year?
If you have been to the council gathering last week, I'm not sure, but I think they gave out some figures at the gathering. Here, I don't have the figures, but it's true that we are having more and more international students this year and next year and in the future.
Right, does anyone have any more questions? If none, I'll just close for this part. Do you take Ms. Wong back to you guys? I have something I want to talk to them.
Okay.
Some other matters. Can we thank Ms. Wong by giving a round of applause, everyone?